400 kilometers off the coast of Africa, floating in the waters of the Indian Ocean, lies the world's fourth largest island, Madagascar. 160 million years ago, it separated from the mainland. Since then, it has drifted alone, shaped by time and distance. In this long separation, it formed a world unlike any other. This is a land of contrasts. Few places combine rainforests so thick they block the sun, deserts so dry they split the ground, and limestone forests so sharp they rise like stone sculptures. Manda. Here, living creatures exist that cannot be found anywhere else. Lemurs move through the trees at night. Baobab trees stand like ancient guardians of the land, and chameleons change colors as the day passes. Tambenjer, this is Madagascar, an island of mystery that many visitors see, but few fully understand. Antananarivo, the capital, rises from the highlands like a city shaped by long history. Locals call it Tatana, a simpler name. Its full name means the City of 1,000, a phrase linked to stories, traditions, and generations. Bleamed, the city spreads across 12 historic hills, each marked by palaces, churches, or traces of earlier times. At the highest point stands the Rova of Antananarivo, the former royal palace. Although much of it was damaged in Ichenchu by Choshuwu, its stone walls still look out over the city. Walking through the upper town feels like stepping into the 13th century. Narrow stairways wind between houses painted in faded earth tones. Market vendors balance baskets on their heads. The smell of vanilla and cloves drifts through the air. Mamdian, this area was once the center of the Marina Kingdom, which brought large parts of the island together under one rule. From these hills, leaders guided Madagascar's path, shaping relationships that still influence the country today. Men below, the lower town moves at a faster pace. Cars fill the streets, voices echo from markets, and daily life unfolds nonstop. Antananarivo lives between past and present, holding on to its history while moving toward what comes next. Bomb travel west across red earth roads, and the landscape slowly transforms. Eventually, you reach a place that feels almost unreal. Come the avenue of the baobabs, lunged along a dusty road near the town of Marandava. A line of baobab trees stands tall against the sky. Some reach up to meters high, their wide trunks storing water, their branches stretching upward like roots turned inside out. The local people call them Ranala, meaning mother of the forest. Many of these trees have stood here for more than baobab years, long before the road existed, long before visitors arrived. As the sun sets, the sky turns gold and orange. The baobabs glow in the fading light, creating a scene that draws photographers back again and again. These trees are more than visually striking. They have endured. Long ago, this region was covered in thick forest. Much of it has disappeared over time, but the baobabs remain, protected by local communities who see them as symbols of continuity and respect for nature. Bendlians. Each tree carries its own history. Some are hollow, wide enough to stand inside. Others show marks left by weather and age. Still, they remain standing. Beneath them, the sense of time changes. These trees have watched landscapes transform and generations pass. They remind us that when something is valued and cared for, it can last far beyond a single lifetime. The lemurs in the west, hidden behind dense forest and reached only by rough paths and river crossings, lies one of Madagascar's most striking natural formations. Tsingy de Bemaraha. The word Tsingy comes from a Malagasy phrase meaning where one cannot walk barefoot. One look at this place, and you understand why. Sharp limestone pinnacles rise from the earth like stone needles, stretching for miles in every direction. These razor-edged formations, sculpted over millions of years by rain and underground rivers, create a landscape so alien it feels like another planet. Walking through the Tsingy requires harnesses, ropes, and extreme caution. The rocks are sharp enough to slice through fabric and skin. One misstep could mean a dangerous fall into the crevices below, some of which plunge over meters deep. Yet within this hostile terrain, life thrives. Lemurs leap between the pinnacles with impossible grace. Chameleons cling to vertical surfaces. Birds nest in cracks too narrow for predators to reach. And in the shadowed gorges below, underground rivers flow through cave systems that remain largely unexplored. The Tsingy is a testament to nature's ability to create beauty in the harshest conditions. It's also a fortress. During times of conflict, local communities would retreat into these stone labyrinths, where outsiders couldn't follow without getting lost or injured. In Tsingy de Bemaraha, UNESCO declared Tsingy de Bemaraha a World Heritage Site, recognizing both its geological uniqueness and its ecological importance. It's one of the few places on Earth where limestone karst has formed such dramatic vertical structures. Standing at the edge of the Great Tsingy, looking out over a sea of stone spires, you feel the weight of deep time. This landscape was carved not in years or decades, but over millennia. It's a reminder that the Earth sculpts itself in rhythms far slower than human lives, creating wonders we can only marvel at and hope to preserve. Travel south from the highlands and the landscape transforms. The lush green gives way to something rawer, more primal. This is Isalo National Park, a vast plateau of eroded sandstone that glows red and gold under the African sun. The rock formations here feel like sculptures left by forgotten giants. Towering buttes rise from grassy plains. Deep canyons slice through the plateau, their walls striped with layers of rust, orange, and cream. Each layer tells a story of ancient seas, volcanic activity, and millions of years of erosion. Hidden within these canyons are oases, secret pockets of life, where crystal-clear streams flow through palm-shaded pools. After hours of hiking through dry, sun-baked terrain, stumbling upon these natural swimming holes feels like discovering paradise. The Bara people, who have lived in this region for centuries, consider Isalo sacred. Burial caves dot the cliff faces, places where ancestors were laid to rest high above the ground, protected from floods, and even today, certain areas remain off-limits out of respect for the dead. Isalo is also a refuge for wildlife. Ring-tailed lemurs sun themselves on rocks each morning, their black and white striped tails held high like flags. The rare Varroa's sifaka, a white lemur with a dark face, leaps through the sparse trees with ballet-like grace. And at night, the calls of nocturnal lemurs echo through the canyons like songs from another world. At sunset, the entire plateau seems to catch fire. The red rock glows as if lit from within. Shadows deepen in the canyons, and for a brief moment, the harsh landscape softens into something almost tender. Isalo is a place of contradictions. Harsh yet beautiful, dry yet punctuated by water, ancient yet alive. It reminds you that Madagascar is not just one landscape, but many, each with its own character and secrets. In the eastern rainforests, where morning mist clings to the trees and the air smells of wet earth and orchids, you hear a sound unlike any other. The call of the Indri. This is Nosy Be National Park, one of the most accessible rainforests from Antananarivo, and home to Madagascar's largest lemur. And the Indri looks like a giant panda crossed with a teddy bear, black and white fur, huge round eyes, and a gentle face. But it's the voice that defines them. Their haunting, wailing call can carry for up to 3 kilometers through the forest, a sound that some describe as whale song in the trees. They sing at dawn, family groups calling back and forth, marking territory and strengthening bonds. To hear it in person is to feel something primal stir within you. It's beautiful and eerie, joyful and melancholic all at once. The forest here is dense, layered, alive. Every surface is covered in moss, ferns, or orchids. Trees tower overhead, their canopies filtering the sunlight into soft green glows. The ground is spongy with leaf litter accumulated over centuries. This is one of the last strongholds of Madagascar's unique wildlife. Besides the Indri, 11 other lemur species live here. Chameleons of every size and color cling to branches. Frogs no bigger than a thumbnail hide in leaf litter. And the Madagascar serpent eagle, a rare bird of prey, hunts through the upper canopy. But the forest is shrinking. Madagascar has lost over bifided choosers of its original forest cover to logging, agriculture, and charcoal production. What remains exists in fragmented patches, islands of biodiversity surrounded by deforested land. Nosy Be is one of those islands, and within it, conservationists and local communities work together to protect what's left. Ecotourism provides income, giving people a reason to preserve the forest rather than clear it. And walking these trails, listening to the Indri's call echo through the mist, you understand what's at stake. This is not just a forest. It's a library of evolution, a living museum of species found nowhere else. Once it's gone, it can never be recreated. Off the northwest coast, where the waters of the Mozambique Channel turn turquoise and warm, lies Nosy Be. And the name means big island in Malagasy, though it's actually quite small, only about 7 square kilometers. What it lacks in size, it makes up for in fragrance. Nosy Be is called the perfumed island because of the ylang-ylang trees that grow here, their flowers producing an essential oil used in perfumes. Worldwide, walk through a plantation at harvest time, and the air is heavy with a sweet, almost intoxicating scent. But the island's true treasures lie beneath the water. The coral reefs surrounding Nosy Be are among the healthiest in the Indian Ocean. Dive beneath the surface, and you enter a world of color and movement. Schools of tropical fish dart between coral formations. Sea turtles glide past like underwater birds. If you're lucky, you might encounter whale sharks, gentle giants that visit these waters seasonally. On land, the island maintains a different rhythm. Small fishing villages line the coast, their wooden pirogues pulled up on white sand beaches. In the markets of Hellville, the main town, vendors sell vanilla, pepper, and coffee. The island's agricultural wealth, Nosy Be has long been a meeting point. Arab traders, African sailors, and European colonists all left their marks here. The mix of cultures is visible in the architecture, the food, and the faces of the people. Today, the island walks a careful line between tourism and tradition. Resorts have sprung up along the best beaches, bringing money but also challenges. How do you welcome the world without losing your soul? It's a question many small islands face, and Nosy Be is still finding its answer. But for now, the perfume of ylang-ylang still drifts on the breeze. The fishing boats still go out at dawn, and beneath the waves the coral reefs still pulse with life. Nosy Be remains, for the moment, suspended between past and future. In the southeastern highlands, where mountains catch the rain and rivers tumble through steep valleys, lies Ranomafana National Park. The name means hot water in Malagasy, named for the natural thermal springs that bubble up from the volcanic earth. Long before the park existed, locals would travel here to bathe in the healing waters. But Ranomafana's fame rests on something else entirely. In Tsingy de Bemaraha, a primatologist discovered a species of lemur previously unknown to science, the golden bamboo lemur. Its diet consists almost entirely of bamboo, including parts containing cyanide levels that would kill most animals. Somehow, these lemurs have evolved to tolerate it. The discovery sparked international interest and led to the creation of the national park in Tsingy de Bemaraha, protecting over seabites square kilometers of montane rainforest. The forest here is different from Nosy Be. It's wetter, steeper, more rugged. Rivers thunder through gorges. Waterfalls cascade over. The trees are draped in epiphytes, plants growing on plants, creating vertical gardens in the canopy. 12 species of lemurs live in Ranomafana, along with hundreds of birds, reptiles, and amphibians. Many are endemic not just to Madagascar, but to this specific region. Evolution, working in isolation, has created a biological treasure trove. Walking the trails requires stamina. The paths are steep and often muddy. Rain falls suddenly and heavily. Leeches are common, yet those willing to endure the discomfort are rewarded with encounters that feel like glimpses into a world that exists on its own terms. A greater bamboo lemur munches contentedly on bamboo shoots, unbothered by your presence. A jewel-like frog, smaller than your thumbnail, perches on a leaf. The calls of unseen birds echo through the canopy. Ranomafana reminds you that discovery is ongoing. Even in the Arthur-18th century, there are species we haven't found yet, forests we haven't fully explored. Madagascar still holds secrets, waiting patiently to be revealed. On the southwest coast, where the land turns dry and the wind blows hot off the Mozambique Channel, the landscape transforms. This is the domain of the spiny forest, one of the strangest ecosystems on Earth. Here, instead of broad-leaf trees, you find plants armed with thorns, spines, and sharp edges. The octopus tree, with its thick, contorted branches, looks like something from a science fiction novel. The didierous, tall columnar plants unique to Madagascar rise like green candles toward the sky, their surfaces bristling with thorns. In this harsh environment, water is precious. Plants have evolved extreme adaptations to survive. Thick bark to retain moisture, reduced leaves to minimize water loss, and those ubiquitous thorns to deter herbivores. Yet despite its hostile appearance, the spiny forest teems with life. The radiated tortoise, one of the world's most beautiful chelonians with its star-patterned shell, munches on fallen leaves. Endemic birds flit between the thorny branches, and at night lemurs emerge to feed on insects and nectar. Near the coast, the fishing village of Afadi offers a different perspective. Here, the Vezo people, Madagascar's sea gypsies, have lived for generations. They navigate the waters in traditional outrigger canoes, fishing the shallow lagoons and coral reefs. The contrast is striking. On one side, the harsh, thorny desert. On the other, the clear blue ocean. Between them, a narrow band where human life has found a foothold. The spiny forest is endangered. Like much of Madagascar's ecosystems, it faces pressure from charcoal production and land clearing. Some estimates suggest over 500 tirers of the original spiny forest has been lost. What remains is protected in reserves like Riniala, where visitors can walk trails through this alien landscape, learning about the plants and animals that call it home. Standing among the thorns, watching the sun set over the Mozambique Channel, you're reminded once again of Madagascar's uniqueness. Every corner of this island has evolved its own solutions to survival, its own way of being. The spiny forest is just one more example of life's endless creativity. To understand Madagascar, you must understand that the land and its people are inseparable. The Malagasy people are a blend of African and Southeast Asian heritage, descended from Austronesian seafarers who arrived over 1,000 years ago, and mixed with Bantu migrants from Africa. This unique cultural fusion is visible in everything: the language, the faces, the customs. And at the heart of Malagasy culture is the concept of Razana, the ancestors. They are not truly dead, but ever present, watching over their descendants. Tombs are often more elaborate than homes, built to last for eternity. Some families spend years saving money to construct the perfect resting place for their ancestors. The most sacred ceremony is Famadihana, the turning of the bones. Every few years, families exhume their ancestors' remains, rewrap them in fresh silk shrouds, and dance with them in celebration. It's a joyful occasion, a way of maintaining connection with those who came before. Zebu, the humped cattle, hold special significance. They are wealth, status, and sacrifice. At important ceremonies, zebu are slaughtered, their meat shared among the community, their horns placed on tombs to honor the dead. Throughout the island, Fadi guide behavior, taboos specific to families, villages, or regions. Some Fadi are universal. Don't point at a tomb, don't eat certain foods on certain days. Others are highly specific, passed down through generations, shaping how people interact with the land. This spiritual connection to place and ancestors creates a different relationship with nature. The forest isn't just trees, it's home to spirits. The mountains aren't just geological features, they're sacred sites. As Madagascar faces modern challenges, deforestation, poverty, climate change, this traditional worldview offers both obstacles and solutions. Respecting Fadi can protect sacred forests. Honoring ancestors can strengthen community bonds necessary for conservation. The Malagasy spirit, like the island itself, is a unique blend. It's both ancient and adaptive, rooted in tradition, yet constantly evolving. Understanding it is key to understanding Madagascar's future. Madagascar stands at a crossroads. This island, which spent millions of years evolving in isolation, now faces threats that arrive daily from the globalized world. Deforestation continues at alarming rates. Poaching targets rare species for illegal wildlife trade. Climate change brings unpredictable weather, longer droughts, more intense cyclones. Over 500 course of Madagascar species exist nowhere else on Earth. When a forest is cleared here, entire species can disappear before science even knows they existed. The stakes couldn't be higher. Yet there is hope. Conservation organizations working with local communities are creating protected areas and sustainable livelihoods. Ecotourism provides income that makes living forests more valuable than cleared land. Reforestation projects are bringing back native trees. And the Malagasy people, despite poverty and limited resources, are fighting for their island. Grassroots movements, community-run reserves, and cultural revitalization all play roles in preserving what makes Madagascar unique. The question is whether it's enough and whether it's in time. Your Madagascar's story is not just about one island. It's about humanity's relationship with nature, about whether we can learn to coexist with the wild world rather than conquer it. The lemurs still call in the rainforest. The baobabs still stand guard over the savanna. The Tsingy still cuts the sky with stone fingers. But for how much longer? That answer depends on choices being made now, in Madagascar and around the world. Will future generations inherit an island of wonders, or only stories of what once was? Thank you for joining me on this journey through Madagascar. While creating this exploration, I was reminded again and again how fragile and precious this island truly is. Beyond the lemurs and baobabs, there are forests that sing with life, deserts that bloom with thorns, and people whose connection to the land runs deeper than we can imagine. Madagascar is extraordinary, not just unique, but irreplaceable. A laboratory of evolution, a showcase of what's possible when life is left alone to create. I truly believe its stories deserve to be known, and more importantly, its future deserves to be secured. If this journey resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to keep exploring the extraordinary corners of our world, subscribe, and join us for the next adventure. And to end, I want to honor this remarkable island with a truth that the Malagasy people have always known. The land remembers, the ancestors watch, and what we do now echoes forward into time we'll never see. Discovery is endless. Wonder is everywhere, and some places, like Madagascar, remind us why protecting them matters more than we can measure. Discover the world. Explore the extraordinary. See you in the next adventure.